me a while to join too. Just tell them to wait a while. It took me a bit longer than normal to join.
Friends list now, Ming Man. Like when he changed his FNL1.
No, I got him. He just doesn't have the game loaded on mine.
Maybe he's not Ming anymore. Maybe he's changed it.
You must just replace that. It just popped up on mine. Sooner, I think, now.
Fucking Codemaster, man. Fucking piss me
I've
off.
had this amount of fucking problems in a long time.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
China's in.
The government's fault.
Well, at least China was guaranteed to make quality now because of that issue.
Yeah, Ming's in. Chino, Ming, get a car, get your cars. So, is it all, have you got the auto gearbox for breeding?
Let me just double check real quick. Yep, we're all good to go.
Strict formation lap on. Short, 50, full. Yeah, alright, we're good. Chino, no, wait for Chino to select his car.
Hey boys.
Hey.
G'day.
Alright. So let's the car, Chino.
Select the car.
My game
we have
crashed and I
people
couldn't
dropping.
get back in.
We have people dropping.
Okay. I was just gonna make it in time for the race too, I reckon.
14 people.
You don't usually get to hear all this stuff, but isn't it interesting? This is what they all talk about.
India, aren't I?
Welcome back. I think we fixed it. I think YouTube got it
Let's
right.
hope we don't have these issues in 2019 though.
But thanks for your patience.
Now,
hopefully everything goes smooth tonight with the new setup. If it doesn't, we won't use it again.
Well, if they let us all be beta testers, we could help with that.
Yeah, well,
But
none of us obviously got it, eh?
It's up there.
They would have announced it by now. I don't know, when did they announce
Goes
it?
to PC, doesn't it?
No, it's on all they take about 100 out of each
I'm
console.
going to keep an eye on the stream while we wait for this one to get started. Welcome everybody. There's even Twitch involved tonight, which is interesting. Gonna see how that goes. Gonna reach out to Twitch. Hopefully we've got the connection to do it. But this is the race. This is the Friday Night League race. We'll go over the points while it's loading. Have a look. Drivers, Zenrazo sits on top of the leaderboard, 135 with Yayo behind. Marcus not in tonight. He's not going to be able to build on that. Third place. Then it's Ferrari's Epic. Dr. Aussie, who's on 56 ahead of the two Renaults. Zetha, what's cracking, man? It's good to have you along. It's been a long time. It's been a long, long time. Just let me know if the stream looks good on your end too, Zetha. We're testing things out. Looks pretty stable right now, so we're just gonna stick with it. So yeah, the drivers, Zen's the leader there. Constructors, Mercedes are on top by a long, long way. Then it's Ferrari, Haas and Renault. They're tied for third, so the constructors looking very, very tight. Let's have a look at the finishes. This is how it's all finished this season. You can see Zen got the two firsts. He got second last race in the USA. That's because Yayo came home, got him right at the end. And then we had third for Marcus Watson. He's had a few podiums. He hasn't been able to get any higher than third this season though, which has been very interesting. As Yayo's pretty much taken second, and the first. Good to hear the stream is good. That's good to hear. And there's the rest of it. You can see the Mings had third. So has Mediment. We've had a few DNFs from likes of Hawks. Same with Mediment and the Ming as well. Did not start there at the start. So there's a few drivers who can really score a lot of points here. Welcome everybody, you're watching Demo 1 Garage. This is the Friday Night League, the eSports League, F1 eSports League. You can go check them out at FNL1 eSports on Facebook. Make sure you give them a like. But right now, we're just going to have a look at what tyres everyone's going out on. Now, we're just looking for one of the top guys. Got 14 in. Here's Zen Razo. Let's watch Zen. He did a 114, so we're expecting, I think, a 114 or 113. Let's see what can happen. And he'll start his quick lap right now, coming up into the first turn. He's looking nice and clean right now, harvesting some energy down the straight. This is Formula 1 2018. Ether. I'm not playing myself. I'm just commentating the eSports League, Friday Night League, eSports League. We've got 15 minutes. I think we've cut down the qualifying time because of the short interruption we had at the start. But let's see what Zen can do. This is where Hamilton had his accident coming very wide 2 years ago. And the Mexican crowd look on. Zen's got that car rotating nicely. It actually doesn't look too bad. And we'll see what else he can pull together. So he's on the Ultra Softs. He's putting it in the pink tyres. He's working them hard through the stadium section now. This is another part of the track where we need the car set up right. Hopefully Zen's done that. We saw a 114 from him before. What's he going to put down as we come around to the final few corners? He's going to cross the line. He's done a 113.869, and that's going to definitely put him on top. What an absolutely blasting lap there from Zen Razo. And you can see Epic is already a second off. His fastest lap at 115, so they actually did gain a little bit of practice and insight from the little bit of time they had on before. Dr. Aussie's going out. He's looking good for Haas today. See what he can do. Swatto, what's cracking? Good to have you with us. Let's go. Craig Watson. Oh, the kid is Marcus. All right, thank you, Craig. I haven't gotten over the new name changes that have happened. So the kid is Marcus Watson. So I said he wasn't here tonight. He is. He's obviously down there. FNL1. The kid. He's repping the new name. And let's see what he can do. Oh, he's actually done a 115 as I got up and looked away. As attack still in there. TLP. He's having a crack tonight. Hawks. The kid's going out. This is Marcus Watson. Let's go and check out what he can do. And he's going to be out into the track. He's currently third overall in the championship, so he's looking to score some points and push his way up through and get higher and higher. But thanks for having us, everyone. Don't forget, we're now on Twitch. So we're testing tonight's stream on Twitch. I should have probably tested this not on a live stream. That is important as this one. But everything seems to be going fine. But if those watching on Facebook or YouTube find that it's lagging a little bit too much, please yell at me. Let me know. I will turn off the Twitch side of things. But anyway. Forza Ferrari from Matteo Mendoza. Epic Games in the Ferrari. He's up there. He's in second. Hawks, not quite. Let's see what the kid can do. This is Marcus Watson. As you know him from previous races, the PlayStation put out a name change option, and some people have taken and done that. Marcus, I think, is one of those drivers who's chosen to do that. Let's see what he can do as he gets the car through the stadium section. He's going to start his quick lap right now. He's going to be pedal to the metal. Swatter, I'm expanding to, yeah, what's the next one? I think we have to expand to, Swatter. It would have to be Mixer, I think, is the only other big streaming platform we're not on at the same time. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're gonna take over the world, Swatter, with Friday Night League and this great competition they have here. Now, good lines there from Marcus. And he's on the Ultrasoft. Sorry, the Hypersoft is the pink. I said Zen was on the Ultrasoft earlier. He was on the Hypersoft. So, Marcus, if he can get close to a 113, say a 114.15 on these tyres, he should have done well. We're not quite all over what the strategy will be tonight, but we'll see what happens. He's doing well right now. I think those yellow flags have not interrupted him, so he'll get through, gets the car rotated, hitting the apex as well. That's good. That's what Marcus wants to see. He comes around the final few bends right now through the stadium section up towards the start finish line. It's going to be a quick time. It is. It's a 1:14.6, and like I said, he's done that on the Ultra Soft, so the other drivers around him really have their work cut out for them, as they've already put their times down on the hypers. Grinder, says Swatter. Can you live stream on Grinder? Because hell, we'll do it. We'll do it just for the lols. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. But yeah, I do let me know if the stream sort of stutters or jitters a little bit, because I do want to make sure that the Facebook, YouTube side is perfect. But I do want to apologise for the delay we had at the start. If you're watching on Facebook, but you saw a little bit of extra stuff, but that's how things go sometimes. We had the game crash on us. Now, as attacks Hawk, let's see the Ferrari. This one is for you, Matteo. Let's see what Hawks can put down. He's on the Hypersofts. He's already done a lap, so it's his quick lap time now. He's doing the usual racing line there. He's looking nice and tidy. So, this track's in Mexico City, if you didn't know. It's a popular track, obviously, in Mexico City, because it's probably the only one there. It goes through a sports stadium, interestingly. Hypersofts for Hawks. Let's see what he can do. He's coming to the stadium now. Turns in. He gets that right on. That's what he wants. Now, the hard bit, the slow part. Hit the apexes. He's doing that. He's doing well. A little bit of a wiggle, though. That could cost him a tiny bit of time. And that could mean the difference between first and third here. Let's see what he does. That's a fifth. 115, 140. And that was on the hypers as well. He's compromised it through the exit. In the last couple of corners there, that wouldn't have helped him. So his teammate Epic is in front of him. Sorry, that's the Alpha. That's not his teammate. It's just similar colours on the side. Damn, he's out of this session, disqualified for whatever happened. So he must have had an accident. The Ming Man's coming through. Now, that looked like a weird Renault livery, but it's not. Let's see what he can do. As you can see, another change of name, but we know who this is. This is the Ming Man. Now FNL1 Ming Man, wrapping the league in the name itself. He's currently running third. He's looking to put himself up a little bit higher as he goes past the pits, and he's entered. He's entered. So no, not much luck there. A few of the cars putting their laps in now. This is the Cougar. This is Aussie's teammate for Haas. He's on the Ultra Softs. He's already done a 1:16.1, and he's going to want to try and improve. Let's see what Mike can do in the Red Bull. He's struggled here at the moment. We haven't seen the start of this lap, so we're not sure what he's going to put down. He's on the Hyper Softs. He's going for a lap, and he hasn't really improved it much, has he? Unfortunately. Now there's a yellow in the sector. Time down for TLP. Not much improvement there. Cougar's coming in as well. So it's starting to thin out on the track itself with 6.5 minutes to go. Some of the drivers now are trying to get into the track evolution when it's at the end of the session when most of the rubber's put down. That'll be what they're waiting for. At the moment, Zenrazo leads us. FNL1, the kid, which is Marcus Watson, is in second. And the Ming Man for Renault, he finds himself in third right now. At the moment, the Hypersofts seem to be the favourite, as Marcus seems to have gone around and done another lap on the Hypersofts, where he's at least got them fitted at the moment. I think he's coming out. He must be coming out on the new tyre. No, we haven't seen him yet. Mike's coming through as well. He needs to get better than 12th at the moment. He's on the hypers. He's going to try and improve it. He does. Look at that. A 1:14.436 from Mike as we caught the end of his run, and he's done a fantastic job of that one. TLP next to come around, and he's done a 7th best so far. So two drivers out on track right now, and TLP with one hell of a run with a 1:14.4 on the Hypersoft. So the 1:13.8 is looking almost unbeatable at the moment. So far so smooth. Dominasi is unfortunately disconnected. Yes, I think he has. He's been disqualified. He should be back into the formation lap / race. He's just been kicked out of the qualifying session. Okay, no worries. Thank you, Swatter. Thank you very much. Azatak's yet to get a time down, which is interesting. So 1:17s for the bottom. Cougar. Aussie's got a 1:15 on the Ultras. And then Hypersofts for this man. TLP, he did a 1:15.3. Is he going for another lap? He might as well. There's only 4.5 minutes to go. There's not a lot of time left in this session. And is he going to the pits? He is. Hawks is back out, so let's watch what Hawks can do. Welcome everybody to this one. This is going to be an interesting one. We've had a few weeks off with Easter, and yeah, it's a little bit of an unknown here tonight how much things will change over those 2 weeks. So it's going to be very, very interesting, I must say. Now this track is it's elevated quite high. It's an elevation of about 2,285 meters, which thin air causes difficulty for both the drivers breathing and the cars themselves. So overheating can sometimes be an issue here. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers work around those issues, how the teams have decided to mitigate those issues. It has an extremely fast final corner, turn 17, and thus reminded some of Monza. However, unlike Monza's Parabolica, the Pera Delta, sorry, I can't say the last name of the corner. The Peraltada curve is slightly banked, allowing even more speed. I didn't realise the last turn was banked, so that's interesting. So if some of the drivers can get the most out of it, the final corner is where they could get some extra time. Okay, 2 minutes left on the clock. Out laps for some. TLP's out. China's out there as well as on the Ultra Softs. Hypersofts for Breeding Azatak for Racing Point. Zen's still in his pit box. Mike, it's looking a little bit overcast though, I must say. Mike at the moment, he's on his out lap. FNL1, the kid, that is Marcus Watson. He's also hanging around his pit box. And Hawks, he's done a 1:15, 1:40. Is he going for another lap? It doesn't look like it. He might be winding one up though. Let's see what he can do. It's got Crazy. That's not Crazy Kiwi. It must be Mike just behind him there. So he's going in. Mike, is he going for another run himself? Mike's going for it. 1:14.436 is what Mike's on at the moment. Oh, a lot of cutting there. I'm going to ride on board. With Mike. Just the turn here. A little bit of understeer. He's got that nicely. Not too bad. Yellow flag up here. And someone's off the track to get it through. Mike's looking comfortable though. Down on the 6th gear. Oh, that's a lot of cut. There's no way that lap can stand. I don't think that should be able to. Again, more cutting. The stewards are going to have a field day with this lap. Sorry, Mike, but I just think there's too much track limit violations going on. He's done it. No, I thought I looked up and he's done it. Start finish line. He hasn't improved, and that is the checkered flag for most of them. Mike's still out there for another lap, so let's see what he can do. Is he going for another one? He might as well. Crazy Kiwis coming around. The time is all but up for everyone. He's yet to take the checkered flag. He is absolutely chucking his Red Bull into these corners. Let's see what he can do on this final lap. The final session. He's within the track limits. Coming through the stadium now. He's got to get the car rotated around using those Hypersoft tyres. Keeps the car nice and straight. The ultra fast turn number 17. The banked corner up to the straight. Crazy Kiwi takes the checkered flag, and that'll be 7th at the moment for him. The only one left out there is Mike. He's gone wide once again. I think those Hypersofts are used up. He hasn't got a lot of fuel left on board either, so this could be the end of the run for him. But it looks like Zen Razo's taken this one. Mike will at least take 2nd. Marcus Watson, FNL1, the kid, has taken 3rd. And starting next to him on the 2nd row will be Mingman, Epic Game. And then Hawks, Crazy Kiwi, Aussie, TLP, the Cougar, China, Breeding, Azatak, and Damien Nasty got disqualified. Hopefully we'll see him rejoin come this next session. But that was a qualifying session. We're up for the race. This is going to be a very interesting one. But Zen Razo on top. And Hawks way back down in 6th today. That's interesting. But looks like Mike and maybe the Mingman, even the kid, could challenge Zen Razo. But that first lap Zen Razo did just wasn't beaten. Here we go.
How is it that Crazy Kiwi claims to be the #1 Red Bull driver, but can't even get on the front row of the grid for any of the races?
Ciao. Because I'm the one showing up for the races. That's also how.
At least when I show up, I can deliver the results.
So it's a long run up into turn 1 before 2 and 3. Then another DRS section up to 4 and 5 once again, slowly through to 6. And then you got the snake-like corners 7, 8, 9, even 10, 11 you can include in that. And then you get up into turn 12, and that's where you've entered the stadium. And then you get around, and then you navigate towards 17, towards that very long straight once again. This should be good from Craig. I think it will be as well. Marcus is on the Ultra Soft, so I missed that one earlier. Unfortunately, Facebook doesn't yell the messages at me. Both Twitch and YouTube does. I've got a new thing that yells the messages at me. Unfortunately, Facebook doesn't. So if I don't read it on Facebook, I'm not ignoring you. But this should be a good one. Waiting for everyone to load in. My name's Josh. This is Demo 1 Garage. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the race. This is going to be an absolute blast here in Mexico. We've been away for 2 weeks. And I can't wait to get this one started. You can visit me at demo1garage.com, and you can now include Twitch in that icon. We'll have to update that. We go live to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time, so you can pick your favorite one. We're taking over the world. At the moment, Zen Razo's on top. He's on top of the drivers as well. Constructors, Mercedes lead that, and they're looking good. Now we're coming up to the formation lap, and we'll get that underway here today. And that is Zen Razo taking the field away. He's gone away very quickly. This should be good. This should be a good one. Welcome. And to anyone who's out there watching new, glad to have you along. Then it was Mike. He got second. Let's have a look. The tyres they're starting with. Sorry, we'll get the hang of this again. It's been a couple of weeks and I've totally forgotten how to run this game. The tyre is that one. So, Hypersofts for the first two, and then Marcus is on the Ultrasofts as Craig gave us some insight there. Hypersofts again for the Ming, Epic and Hawks. Ultrasofts for Crazy Kiwi and Dr. Aussie. TLP's on Hypers. Ultras then for Cougar. Hypers for China and Aussie. Ultra Soft for Azatak, and Hypers for Damn You Nasty, who looks to have been rejoined into this one. This is Marcus Watson. He's looking to beat his teammate today. Whether or not he'll be able to do it, a different story. High elevation here as well, so we're going to have to look for overheating. Drivers are going to have to be careful of that. That's the Ming Man. Hawks is down there in 6th right now. And then he's got Kiwi behind him. Aussie is down in 8th. So he suffered a little bit here at Mexico. And it's TLP for Williams, the Cougar. There's China. There's Breedin. Azatak. Damn You Nasty is the last car to rejoin onto the grid. As you can see, they're all waiting. Mike and Zen neck and neck. They're going to wait for the lights. Watch them at the top of your screen. 36 laps here at Mexico. We're waiting for things to get going. Zen Razo on the outside there. 3, 4, 5 red. And it's lights out racing here in Mexico. This is the Friday Night League underway. Zen Razo from Mike from Marcus Watson. We're getting up 3 wide now as we come towards turn 1. This could be absolutely chaotic as they flick the leaves up. That is the Ming Man on the inside. He's going to have a good run up on that Alpha. And that was Epic Game. They touched, but they just quickly recovered. And Marcus Watson is down into 5th spot. The kid has lost out from his start position. But this man, Epic Game, has moved his way up into 3rd as he cuts off the run of the Ming Man into turn numbers 2 and 3. Getting around. Hawks is around. There's a few position changes there as the kid gets his way through. Hawks is suffering. Azatak's all the way at the back of the grid there, so he must have suffered something early on. And the rest of the field are now running through. It's now single file racing as they've all worked their way out. That was a lot of cutting there from Crazy Kiwi. The stewards are going to make sure we're going to keep him honest tonight. And there's some fighting going on between Aussie and TLP. TLP's on the inside and he pushes Aussie wide. The Haas now has the inside line in the stadium. They're doing the switch over. And neck and neck, that's more touching. Zen's done the quickest lap, obviously. The Haas now under a lot of pressure from the Williams, and Aussie's not going to be happy. They get neck and neck now up to turn 1. Now DRS, there's no DRS at the moment. This is all under the own power of the Haas car. TLP's had to defend from the Cougar up behind him. You can see he's charging in. TLP inside. Oh, Aussie almost oversteered a little bit too much. I don't know if he was helped on there, but he's finally got clear of the Williams of TLP. The next move will be the Cougar, who's going to try and move himself up into that 9th position. China's not too far behind, and it looks like Azatak is he's had obviously had some problems on that first lap, which we've missed out on, because both him and Damn You Nasty have entered the pit lane. Zenrazo leads by 1.6 seconds after this onto the second lap, and this is looking nice and clean for him here. Mike's up into second. He's got a little bit of a gap behind him, and then it's Epic, who's done a fantastic job on the start to move himself up into third. The Ming Man hasn't done much. He stayed within fourth, but he's kept FNL1, the kid, at bay. Hawks is down in the sixth right now. He's chasing Crazy Kiwi through the stadium section, and Aussie follows him in behind. Zenrazo goes across for another quick lap, and Aussie still has TLP on his tail, but he's kept clear of him for now. The gap between TLP and the Cougar, 7 seconds. Breeden has gone past China. China's in the pits. What is wrong with China's car? Is he getting some new tyres? Or is he just, he's out of the race? Looks like he's getting some tyres there. It's just a weird glitch. He's changed to the super soft tyre. And there must have been maybe a nose change there. The game didn't decide to write for us there. As attack's coming through too. Look how far off the lead these guys are after their pits after the first lap. But there we are. It's now Mike and the Ming Man neck and neck. Coming up towards the back end of the track. The Renault touches the Red Bull, and you can see Marcus Watson wants to get in on it as they come in. Marcus Watson now, he just stayed out of that little battle going on. TLP's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. A little bit wide. This could be a run for Marcus as he gets the outside line. He's preying on that Red Bull right now. He's just keeping his race nice and clean. He stayed out of all the trouble. He's going to keep these tyres up into the magic area and not overheat them too much. Let's see what he can do. The Cougars moved up on TLP. He's got the move done. The DRS is open for Marcus. He gets it up and done. Mike is now under pressure from Hawks, but it was closed off from Mike early on. But that was a great move from the Mercedes driver. The kid moving himself up into fourth place right now. His next target is this one, Ming Man, who's putting one on Epic Game. He's up in a second, up the inside for the Renault, and that's a great move for the Ming. Epic now back into third. So we've lost Mike early on there. Not sure what happened to Mike. He was running second for a little bit. Unfortunately, we've missed what's happened there. But looks like Ming Man is now just moving away nicely. It's a gap of 5 seconds between him and this guy here. This is Zenrazo leading this race and already pulling away with an absolute blinder of a lead. 5.6 seconds on the fourth lap. Absolutely insane stuff. The Ming Man's worked hard to get himself up in a second, and Epic Game is doing a great job as well. Marcus Watson, he's fighting his way back after a little bit of a slow start. He got overtaken there a few times. Mike is under the pump right now. It looks like Hawks is going to be on him very quickly. Hawks doesn't look to have the DRS. He did. They both have DRS. That's why not much is happening. Aussie's put a move on Crazy Kiwi. Crazy Kiwi moves back down one more spot as attack through the field is up as well. So that long straight, people are using it very effectively to get the moves done and then keeping the cars behind them for the rest of the race. Ming Man's been put down one. There's a battle going on, neck and neck again. Look at these two just keeping off each other. Cars moving wide in behind, and the tight corners of this track are creating some close racing. Very, very close racing. We've been lucky we haven't had more cars touch, as the Ming Man right now holds off Epic. And Epic has pushed his way up through there a few times. The Cougar's been given a 3-second time penalty for something down the field. But one mistake here, and you can see it's very easy for some of the other drivers to make a move. And now look at this. We've got both Epic and the kid ready to pounce on this Renault, who looks to be struggling a little bit. And they're going to have DRS as well. Let's see what happens. So we've had Zenrazo go into the pits, and we're going to keep an eye on this front running here. Epic Game gets the move done. He's got the DRS. So does Marcus. Will he try the 3-wide move up the inside? Touch there from the Renault up the backside onto the Alpha, and that's even going to be a move. There's carbon on that track there. Oh, touch from the Red Bull. Very, very lucky. We almost thought I was going to watch Mike run into the pits, into the wall there. The Ming is pushing him very wide, as he's entitled to do. Lots of changing happening up the front. It's very hard to keep track of what's happening. Just remember, Zen's gone into the pits. That's why he's lost the run. Zen's gone onto the Ultra Softs right now. So you should expect to see the other Hypersoft runners maybe change tyres very soon. Big man right now is trying to defend Mike. But great move from this man, Marcus Watson, the kid. He's put himself up into second. Great move here. FNL1, Mingman and Mike, they're neck and neck. So is Hawks. And look at that. That's Mike with the move done. That was a great stuff. And Hawks and Aussie now, they're putting it on for us. And there's going to be, I think, some movers and shakers once we get to this front straight. Who goes in? Mingman's in, and I think Hawks is in as well. So Aussie moves up. Mike now has a bit of free air. So does the kid and Epic Games. So these guys are running a little bit longer. Epic's going to be under a lot of pressure. Running 6 laps now onto the Hypers. So is Mike. Let's see if Marcus can't push himself up. We've had a lot of guys run through the pits right now. So Hawks, FNL1 Mingman as well have gone in. Looking back behind the kid. He's got a 1.1 second interval between him and Epic. That's Mike behind. It looks like Epic is maybe run a lap a little bit too long. You can see that interval now is dropping. It's down to 8/10. The kid's got a little bit more rubber in his tyres. He's got a lot more speed, I'd say. And Marcus Watson's going to use that to the full effect here tonight. Swatter saying, how hasn't there been a crash? Some insanely good driving. I would imagine it's been super tight, I must say. Swatter saying legit better than the real thing. I tell everyone that. I don't know if they believe me or not, but trust me, this is insane driving here. Now, moves happening. Is he going to do it? The kid tries it. And I'm surprised that Epic has pushed his luck now for 7 laps. That's a long time to make the Hypers work. He's happy enough to do it, but you can see he's losing a lot of time here as the kid puts it up the inside. They just stay off each other. Somehow Marcus has just pulled that Mercedes up in time. The Alpha right now leads this race, but it's not by much, and it's not by a long way. The Haas of Aussie is in third. And look at that. Epic just gets a little bit of an advantage there on Marcus through this section. Marcus has actually backed off a little bit, so maybe Marcus is protecting some thermal deg on the car there. We don't know. Into the stadium section they go. This is the run for the lead, and these two are yet to pit, but FNL1, the kid, is looking like he's on the front foot, where Epic Game right now is defending it. Who's he coming in? He's not. He's running another lap. That's 8 laps on the Hypers. Didn't expect that. Now, here we go. Marcus is going to have some DRS assist, I would imagine. He does, and he's going to get him done. Look how long this straight is, and that's another blocking move from Epic. He's allowed to do that. Into the first turn they go, and Epic has kept it. Zen is pushing his way through the field. He pitted early, remember, and he's getting past the Cougar. Mike is up as well, getting past Breeden. So it's Hawks. This is down the straight. So these guys are pitted as well. So these guys have changed tyres. Ultra Softs and Super Softs here for Hawks. And look at this battle going on. The Ferrari wants to get through. Somehow Mike has just done a Verstappen and blocked Hawks' run completely. China's up as Breeden comes out of the pits there. So let's get a update for everyone. This is the front of the race, and these two are yet to pit. This is Epic Game and the kid fighting for first position. And I would imagine Epic's got to have to go in this run. He's done a very long run on the Hyper Softs. He's the only one left out on the Hypers. And I'd imagine if he doesn't go in, maybe Marcus might choose, but it might be a bit too early for the Ultras. And it is. Epic's gone in finally. So we'll see where he returns after that. But Zen Razo, the race leader overall, he's currently third at the moment. He's behind Dr. Aussie. So let's see if Aussie can't hold him up. DRS there, Aussie. He's not going to make it easy for him. Into the first turn now, second turn. He pushes him wide. He just lets him know he's there, putting the shoulders out. Here's Aussie. The kid is just ahead. It's 2 seconds, the gap between him and his teammate. The Mercedes of Zen puts up the inside. That was a clean as move. Switching again, and they just stay out of contact there. That was really good. Hawks has been given a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. The Cougar is back down into fourth right now. Crazy Kiwi is by himself there. Mike, the other Red Bull. Then it's Epic and Hawks right now. So Epic has come back out into 7th position. He's actually come out in front of Hawks there, which is interesting. So whether I'm not sure Epic has gained much time from that, but he did run a very long first stint. Hawks is 3 laps in. He's on the super soft tyre, and that will be damn nasty. They're just getting around through there. I think that's actually AI controlled at the moment. I don't know if damn nasty got back into the race. Mingman's in 9th right now, and China there is in 10th. Breeden is following in behind the Racing Point driver. He's 9/10ths down. Then it's As Attack, the other Racing Point, TLP and the Williams. Damn you is the McLaren. But it's Marcus Watson leading this race. You can see he got the back end out. Don't know if those ultra soft tyres are coming towards the end of their life. They must be. He's now got to hold off his teammate Zen Razo, but I'd imagine he's just going to let him through. He will. He made that easy for him, and that would have been the best call. You don't hit your teammate. I mean, you do race your teammate, but Zen at the moment is just that much quicker. So Zen's been let loose, and Aussie, he's now in 3rd position. He finds himself after 11 laps. We've got 36 laps here at the Mexican Grand Prix. And then it's the Cougar in behind. You can see he's got Kiwi behind him. And then it's Mike and Epic game. These two are super close right now. Epic is lining up for an overtake, I'd imagine. He just needs to keep with him through this lap, and he should be able to get a move done down that long straight. He might even get it done up into turn 12, up towards the stadium now. They turn in. Don't want to make a mistake here, does the Red Bull driver. Gets it done for now. Needs to get on the power here quickly. He's going to be under the pump as soon as we get onto that straight. I don't know if he's touched that wall there. That was a little bit wide. Here we go. DRS now for the Alfa Romeo. He's activated it. He's closing in on Mike. Mike can see him coming. Mike's going to have to move. He's moved to the inside, has Epic, and that's the move done. That was clean as textbook move from Epic, and that is 6th position for him. He will now be charging after Crazy Kiwi in the Red Bull in front, so he can try and get 2 Red Bulls in 1 lap. That's where the race is at the moment. It's been a great run from Epic today. He's had a great start, and at the moment he's having a great race. Crazy Kiwi, multiple warnings, so you would have saw him just go wide somewhere, and that's what's happened. So he's got a 3-second gap on the Cougar in front. Oh, I thought that the sound had broken on the stream, but looks like we're good. Oh, things are changing down here. The E-man's up, the kid and the Cougar, so they've gone into the pits. Hawks finds himself in the 6th. Mingman is now behind. In front of, Marcus Watson. He finds himself down in 8th position. So he's gone for the ultra soft tyre here. So we should be expecting ultra soft in soon. the guys who have run long, like Aussie and Kiwi, they're up the front there. Hawks has got 6. Mike, he's not far off Epic now. So Epic hasn't been able to make the move work and build the run. Oh, very wide from Mike. He would have missed his breaking point there, and you can see he's running to the dust. He's not going to like that. It's going to affect his tyres. And through such a slow section as well. It's not what you want. And down the straight they go. Epic will move up in a second. Aussie's in. So the Ultra Softs. And he's taken Super Softs. Where will he come? Will he get in front of the kid? No. Marcus will just get him. And Aussie finds himself in 7th. His teammate is just behind him. Crazy Kiwi will rejoin this race on the Super Soft Tar in 9th spot, just in front of China. So we've had a few shufflings happening, but this is how it is. Excuse me, this is how it is. China has just got Breed in. The Toro Rosso drivers, they've had a bit of a shocking start actually. There must have been contact at the start, which we did miss. But this is our race leader. He's just about to start lap 15 and he's got an 18-second lead. This is absolutely insane stuff. He's got an entire pit stop covered. Safety car though. We wouldn't expect a safety car. Probably say there's a medium chance this race to get one, but we shouldn't expect one too badly. So, but I would say Zenrazo has almost got the safety car covered. Epic Game, who is in 2nd, has Mike behind him. It's a second there, so he's just outside DRS, which is what Epic's going to want coming down into the last few corners. They're both on the Ultra Soft tyre here. You can all see they've all done the one stop so far. And this is the position changes since the start of the race. Epic's gone up 3. Again, Mike's out wide there. Mike's actually down 1. Hawks is up 2. Mingman's 1 down. Marcus Watson's down 3. Aussie's up 1 spot. Cougars improved. So is China, Aussie, and Azatak. But TLP's gone down 4 himself. So it's had some winners here. About half the field's gone up, about half the field's gone down. So that's what you'd sort of expect. This is Epic coming through the last half of the lap. Zenrazo's 10 laps in on his Ultras. Mike's coming up to 8 laps. You can see just how long this straight is there. It's a good representation of it. Epic kept Mike out of DRS there. That's the gap. That's 2.3 seconds. So he wasn't able to make the move done. The rest of the field's coming through. Hawks will lead the Mingman and the kid. Then Aussie. So they're all following each other. It would be a little bit hard to follow here because of the elevation of this track here in Mexico. But it is a beautiful day during the Grand Prix. We had a very hectic start right now. We're just getting into the meat of this Grand Prix, we're about just about halfway, and right now we've got it's slowing down a little bit right now in the lull of this race, but once we get to the next round of pit stops, things are definitely going to pick themselves back up again as things start to move and shake and the rest of the field is compacted back together. Crazy Kiwi has been given a 3-second time penalty. Did say he would be under a lot of pressure from the stewards this one. Beautiful shots here from the chopper. Breedin getting as well. Breedin's not too far off his teammate. Sorry, off China in front. Now, I've just noticed FNL1, Mingman and Hawks. There's a lot of action now coming down the straight. Mingman has been beaten from Hawks around the outside. Oh, Hawks has made a mistake there. He's gone all tits up into the grass. And now he's got a lot of work ahead of him to recover. Marcus Watson just was gifted that position. So he'll say thank you very much. But I think Hawks just missed his braking zone. He's 10 laps in on his super soft, so his tyres aren't old at all. Now, he should be able to hold up to that sort of pressure. But Hawks is retired. Hawks is retired. So Aussie moves up. Now, Hawks didn't crash, did he? That's sometimes what happens, but I was looking out the back there. He is. That's a car off to the side. You can see it. Now, as TLP comes through, as Attack might see, on the right-hand side, that's where he crashed. So, I didn't even see Hawks. Hawks has somehow crushed the car off to the side there. So, very, very interesting. As now things are like I said, things are starting to warm up. It doesn't stay very quiet for long. The kid has gotten around Mingman there as well, trying to work out what has happened to Hawks. Hawks has left the session, so he's out of this one. That's the only Ferrari that was in this race tonight, and he's out. The Mingman's lost to Marcus Watson, who's gotten around him in the Mercedes. He's up in the 4th spot, and that was a great move from him. Clean as. He's really come together as a driver through Season 3, has Marcus. He already had the skills and abilities that he has from his karting, but he's really grown on them this season, I must say. So that was a great move from him. Mingman is just falling away off the back end here. The gap now up over a second, and the kid is doing all he can now to get away. He gets around and starts lap 19. But what a race we've had. It's had everything. It's even had an accident that just somehow happened in the background there. Hawks, I'm not sure what happened to Hawks, unfortunately. Hopefully he's got an onboard that we can show you later during the week. But unfortunately I wasn't watching him when that happened. We were watching just a few ahead of him. And yeah, he's out of this one. China has Breedin just behind him. Breedin should have the DRS here if he was in range. He does. DRS is flicked open for him. He's going to be able to pull in the racing point before the first turn. I don't think he will be, but he's definitely closed that gap a lot more. And, he's just almost outbraked himself trying to make a late move. And that's going to cost him a bit of time, actually, because he was up within half a second. It's now almost over a second again. He's got his second run of DRS through here. Breedin, again, not able to close the gap enough. Oh, as attack. Sorry, China looks to have made a simple mistake as he runs through this part of the track into the slow corners. But Breedin's able to close it down a little bit. Mike has gone up and down. Got a few people in, so Mike is on to the Super Softs here to end this race. Mingman's in. Look how tight that was there on the pit lane. That was absolutely close. So Mingman's coming out. Crazy Kiwi's coming through. Got a few people changing positions. Mike's coming out in front of the Mingman. China's too far away. So there we go. We've got most of the field now on Super Soft tyres. This is where I would expect some of the rest of the field catch up. Zen also went in and took Super Softs there. So Epic's taken the lead of this race for a little bit. It's not by much though, it's by 8/10. But Epic up there with Zen at the moment. He's going to try to maybe hold up Zen. He's definitely entitled to do that if he wants to. Zen, though, is a very quick driver, and he'll probably get it done here with DRS assist, I'd say. There it is, it's on, and he's moved out wide. And Epic's just going to slow him down just a little bit. It wasn't a lot. Didn't make that too hard. He couldn't really defend that one. And Zen will move on with his race. He'll take the lead And that's 1 lap into his new super soft stint. Epic's 11 laps on his ultra soft. So he will be coming in very shortly as well. Marcus Watson's 8 laps in as well. So he could still run a few more laps here. And maybe get a little bit of time on Epic. Or maybe he'll come in early. The back end out there a little bit there. So his tyres will be dropping off. Well, Breedian's actually done a 1 on China there. China's actually come in for Racing Point. For some reason, the Racing Point team don't use their box properly. Breedian will continue in 9th position. And that is Mingman. He was trying to catch up to Mike, who has gotten around his teammate there. Crazy Kiwis just let him go. So, interesting stuff. Wonder if those two are in for, what do you call it? Team orders there, a little bit. But Mike was just led around by Kiwi. No contest at all from the team. And that was 6 for Mike. What a race it's been. At the moment, just waiting for this race to build up to a crescendo. We're not too far away to the end. We're on lap 22 of 36. So we're well past halfway at this point. At the moment, Zenrazo leads us. Obviously a little bit wide through that. And it is Marcus in 3rd, Epic in 2nd, and Zen leading this one by 2.2 seconds. But what a race it's been. It's been neck and neck stuff, close battles. But at the moment, we've only lost 1 driver. That was Hawks through a mistake. We're not sure what happened to him. We did see him make a late lunge, or he was on the brakes late at one point, and he went through into the grass. And then just a few corners later, he was in the wall. China's gotten past Breeden there. So that's because Breeden has taken to the pits. China will take 9th spot. The Ming's in front of him. Kiwi. He's now falling off his teammate Mike. Epic is now into the pits himself. So that'll let a raft of drivers through. Let's see what the Alpha team do here. Ultra soft to the ultra soft tyre, it would seem. He's going to exit. And he will come out into what position? Mike is coming down the straight there, but it will be 5th spot for him. You can see Mike just behind him. But Epic has just got it. But Mike now will be on the prowl. But Epic, with those ultra soft tyres, he can definitely make a dent in the gaps of the cars in front. And he should be able to make some overtakes very shortly as he gets those things up to temperature. So the Cougar will be the next one. Multiple warnings for Crazy Kiwi there, so he must be running a little bit too wide through some of these corners. Aussie's up into 3rd though, so he'll be happy with that right now. 9 laps in on his super soft stint. He should be able to go to the end on this one, I should say. But unfortunately, I think Marcus is going to have to pit soon. Mingman has gotten a move done on Crazy Kiwi there, so that's a move up for the Ming. So Ming's in 7th right now. He hasn't had a race that he usually does. He usually has some pretty strong races this season. And unfortunately right now he's up into 7th. But through the stadium he'll go. Breeden's actually gotten around Azatak. So there's some battles now going through the back end of the field. That was the ultra soft tyre for Breeden. And Azatak on the super soft wasn't able to keep him behind. He's getting out of the way. He's letting the leader through there. So that's hurt his race a little bit. So Breeden will go on. And he's in the top 10. So he's going to just charge on with this one. But what a race it's been from Zenrazo. He's kept everyone behind him here today. Breeden's been given a 3-second for multiple warnings. Cougars in 4th right now. So the Haas are doing really well. They're in front of the only Renault left in this one, the Mingman. So they're going to be ahead of Renault in the Constructors as they're equal on 96 points apiece. Aussie Hasn't got long to go. So that would be, I just saw Marcus enter the pits. He did. So Aussie will move up into second now. Let's see what happens with Marcus on the Hypersoft. He's going to be on the quick tire towards the end. Let's see where he enters into the race. Team happy with that one as they walk back into the pits. This is Marcus Watson re-entering the race. He's going to be 6th place. He's going to be in front of the Ming Man. The Ming Man just saw an opportunity to make an overtake. Just get away. The Ming's going to go for it though. Up in the inside, and that is a move for the Ming. He's gotten in front of Marcus Watson for the moment. Marcus though is on the quicker tyre. Let's see how long the Ming can hold him off. DRS, I don't know if he just missed out on DRS there. But he didn't get to use it down the straight. Marcus is pushing and prodding. He's putting the pressure down on the Renault. But the Ming is doing everything he can, and he's an experienced driver too, so you won't be too fazed by this one. Got 10 laps to go. And right now, the Ming is in front of the Kid, and the Kid, with the quicker tyres, he's not going to be liking this. This did not work out for him. He wanted to be in free air without under any pressure at all. This is going to really hurt his run towards the end. So he would have been able to maybe catch up to Mike and Epic before the end of it. Maybe even catch up to third, but he needs to get past this Renault quick smart. But right now, the Ming Man's not making it easy. He's going to have DRS though. Let's see what the Kid can do. On board with him. He'll hit that DRS button. Here we go. The Ming's gone to the inside and he's cut back across. He's got to pick a line now. He's just hitting on the middle. Marcus Watson, I think we'll get this done on the inside. Up into the braking. Yeah, that's it. Move done. And now Marcus can get on with it. And he can chase after Mike and Epic. So he's on the Hypersoft tyre. Look how quickly he'll get away from the Renault here. Down the second straight. Oh, the Renault under the brakes. I didn't know if he was going to stop in time. That was a bit scary. Craig Watson says it's on. You watch. No, I believe you, Craig. Totally believe you. This is going to be the guy to watch here towards the end. Watch how many overtakes he gets. So he's in 6th with 9 laps to go, or 10 laps to go technically. Let's see what he can do. Mike's in front. He's going to be the next target. He's on super soft tyres too, so there you can see. Look how quickly he is closing down on that Red Bull. 2.7 seconds, the gap. He's just done the quickest lap of the race of a 1:16.494. So Zen, get your quick times out. We don't do points for quickest lap here yet. But at the moment, the Kid would have it. The gap, 2.9. It's actually built up a little bit through this section, but I imagine the corners throw it out of whack. Down the straight, 2.4, so he did close in 3/10. The Ming Man's still on him, but it's a 1.8 second gap. So it's not enough right now. But this is the guy to watch. He's going to be putting the pressure on Mike soon. You can see he's not that far in front. The gap, 2.1. As we go through the corners, wait till it equals out. He's got the Hypersoft tyre, does the Kid, so he should be able to close him in easily. But Mike's doing a good job at the moment of keeping that gap at about the 2-second mark through the stadium. So what kind of speeds he gets through here. He gets up to about 100 and 260. Oh, I think Marcus was going slightly quicker. Aussie's had the pit. Aussie's out of the pits right now, and Aussie will come back out in the 7th just behind the Ming. And he'll be on the Hypersoft to the end too, so we'll wait and see what Aussie can do as well. So he's going for the quick tyre at the end as well. A few laps less than what Marcus has chosen to run. He's already 3 laps on his stint now. It's under a second now. He needs to be a little bit careful here. He doesn't wear those tyres up and heat them up too much. He's going to have DRS once we come around to the end of this one. Mike knows he's under the pump now. He needs to play it smart. But the gap is closing. He gained a 10th through there, though. The Cougar's had a bit of an issue, and Epic's gotten around. So the Cougar, we just saw the back end of it. But Epic now moves up into second spot, and the Cougar will now have to work hard to get back. And he's going to go into the pits, so he's super soft tyres were done. Mike now is under the pump, though, and we thought this would happen. Here he comes. DRS is on for the kid. He's gone. He wants that inside line. They're on the grass at the moment. That was insane. Mike did not give him any room, but there was just enough. And he found it, and he's made that move stick on the hypersofts, and now Mike knows that he's got a lot of work to do. He needs Marcus to make a mistake, really, to get back in front, but he's not going to make it easy. How did Marcus get that one done? On the grass. And wide again for the Red Bull, but what a move. He can now run for Epic. He's 3 seconds down the road. This is Epic. In the Alpha, he's 6 laps on the Ultra Softs, so he'll be going to the end. He's got 6 laps to go. And they're getting around a lap to McLaren there at the moment. Just pretend it's not there. Zen is leading this one by 28 seconds. He's on a league of his own. And he's got nothing to worry about. He's had the lead since the start of this race. He's managed to pull out a lead of 28 seconds, which is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Well, here we go. Mike had DRS on Marcus, and they've just touched back wheels and all. Oh, and it goes around. He's touched the back wheels of Marcus, and Marcus has to flick the car around. He lights them up, lights up the rears, and Mike has done an almost similar thing. Lots of change of positions have just happened, and now Aussie's on the scene, and so is the Ming. So we've got a really interesting end to this one. Mike is all the way back down in the 6th spot. He's he had to let Marcus go there, and China's actually gotten past Kiwi. But watch this one now, guys. This has really heated things up here towards the end. We've only got 5 laps to go, and after Mike touches the back end of Marcus, it's given Aussie and the Ming Man an opportunity to catch right up to the back of him. Marcus is under the pump. Look at this. Aussie wants to put one on him. And Aussie tries it. They're on the same tyres too, so Aussie has got all the grip in the world as well. He's been given an absolute gift from Mike, turning him around. And he's even on. Here we go. He's going to have DRS and everything. Where does Marcus put his car? Oh, I think he's had the lift. I think Aussie had the lift. He's going to the outside line. Marcus on the inside. Is that a move done for Aussie? He's up into 3rd. The kid is down into 4th, and he just cuts around in front of him, and Marcus is going to be kicking himself after that incident with Mike. But Aussie now can try, and he was behind Marcus at the other DRS detection, and he gets a little bit of extra boost to get away from him. Now here we go. Marcus is in the middle of this sandwich, and the Ming Man is going to want to pressurize the kid into a mistake here because he's on the slower tyre. Will he do it, though? I'm not sure if he can. But what a finish. What an end to this race we've seen. It's had it all. We all thought it was all over there for a little bit, but Mike has lost a lot of spots down into 6th. And we saw Marcus light the rears up, get the car going again, and just as he's done that, Aussie and the Ming have arrived on scene. And Aussie, who chose to go on hypersofts there at the end, has absolutely been gifted this position of 3rd. The Cougar gets around Mike, so Mike is suffering at the moment after losing all that time because he's on the slower tyre now. So the Cougar's actually moved up to 6th as he got it done just before turn 17. So Mike really, really losing out after all that work he's put in. He's going to be kicking himself later on for that little mistake. But it was Marcus who really lost out a lot after being spun around. And he had a gap too, a nice little gap in third. He wouldn't have been really pressurised by anyone if he had been able to maintain that gap. But Aussie, who just chose to go on the hypersofts, it has paid off. It has paid off. And look at the gap he's built on him. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And yeah, Aussie now needs to make a mistake, I'd say, before Marcus gets that spot back. Marcus is in fourth though. Racing is a cruel sport sometimes. You can do all the right things, and a small mistake can absolutely ruin your race, and it doesn't need to be your fault either. But what a race it's been. It's had it all. We've even had the one DNF of Hawks. I don't know what happened to Hawks. Hopefully he can explain things with an on board later on, because he looked fine. He just overrun a corner early on, but he was in the wall. But we are coming now up to the last few laps here at Mexico. And the Hypersoft boys, I think, have it. The Ming, I don't think he's going to be able to catch Marcus here towards the end. Everyone's got a nice little gap between each other. But it's going to be a little bit of a twitch there from the kid. It's going to be Haas in front of Renault and the constructors by the end of this one for sure. They will equal on 96. But with Aussie now up into third, it's going to secure that third constructors spot for Haas. Epic's also had a really good one himself. He managed to put himself up in a second since the start off the line. The gap is 30 seconds between him and Zemrazo. But this guy's just on a different level. Let's ride on board with Zen for a lap of the Mexican Grand Prix circuit and just see what he's doing. That is just so incredible. That has given him almost a 30-second lead here in Mexico City. Turn 17, he'll come around and he'll start the lap. We'll ride on board with him. Gets it way up to 315, 16 kilometers an hour. He's just going to hit 320. He's in 8th gear, breaking the 100 marker. That was super late. Gets the car rotated nice. So this car's set up perfectly for Zen. Up through the gears again. The kid was going to catch Epic. He was. He's not going to catch him now. Definitely not going to catch him now. Through the tight turny sections here. Oh, look at that. Perfect cornering. That Mercedes is just set up so nice. Through the snake here. It's just got that. Look at that. Perfectly planted through there. Okay, up to 300 before turning in at 12. And into the stadium section here. Crowd looks on. Again, the car rotating nicely for Zen. Into 16. And then the bank turn of 17. And we go across the line here to start the last lap. But what a race it's been from him. Now, we've had a change of position down the field. The Cougar's gotten past the Ming Man, and it's on. Oh, the Cougar's been flicked around, and the Ming Man will continue on with this race. He doesn't care. The Cougar's not going to be happy, and Mike's arrived on scene. Mike's gone a little bit wide here at the end. We're on the last lap of this Grand Prix, and it's really kicked off here after the Renault turned the Cougar. The Cougar now wants to recover some time. It's 4 seconds the gap, though. He's on the Hypersoft tyre, so he's on a quick tyre, but I don't know if we'll be able to pull him in. We'll see what happens. The Ming just continued on. The Ming might get a penalty for that. The kid, he's up into fourth right now, and it's a massive gap between him and Oz. He's in third. Epic has got second. And then it's Zen Razo, who has led this one from start to finish. And he will be on top of the world at the end of this one. Here he comes for the final few corners for Zen Razo into turn 12 through the stadium. They've lit it up for him there with the Mexican colors here in Mexico City. They put on a great race for us. Zen Razo has absolutely dominated this one, and he'll go across the start-finish line, checker flag flying, and that's Zen with the win. Epic Game will be the next one. He's 30 seconds down the road, but what a race it's been from Epic. China's just taken the checkered flag there as well, as he's finished a lap behind. So has Dan Nasty. He's into the final sector now. He'll see the crowd cheering him on. Second place for Epic. He'll be happy with this finish. For Alpha, Alpha will be super stoked with this one. Checkered flag flies for Epic Game. And there it is, second spot for him. Aussie will come around as well. He'll take third spot. I think he ran out of fuel actually, so he's lucky to get across the line just before the kid did. Now, there's a lot of action going on here. Sorry, Marcus will take fourth, but it's the Ming and the Cougar into the last corner. And the Haas is done on the last corner. 16 and 17. The Cougar gets the spot back. Either the Ming has given it to him, but Mike moves up into 6th as well. The Cougar takes 7th spot. Craig's a Kiwi take 8th. And what a race it's been. What a race it's been for the Friday Night League. I think he's out of fuel as well. A few of the cars running out of fuel later on. Look at that. Yeah, that's empty fuel tank from Kiwi. But there we go. What a race it's been. Zen Razo won. Dominant performance from him, actually.
Good race, guys. Good race.
What a race. Swatter, I know you enjoyed that one. The Lord of Darkness, I know you enjoyed those crashes. You always do. What a finish. There's your podium. Got 3 different teams up there today. I think that's the first time this season we've had different teams. But Mercedes on top, Alpha, and then a Haas of Aussie. Got to be happy with that. We might even get him along for an interview. So hang around, guys, and talk to the top 3, Zen, Epic, and Dr. Aussie. But what a race that was.
That crash at the start stuff.
There's your final finishing positions.
Cougar and that, I reckon, the whole race. I had to do an extra pit stop. Phase out, I should say.
After this score, then I guess.
You get a point next season.
Look how much I beat Cougar by.
Well, you know what, though? That's the first time the Turkish flag is on the fucking podium in 1,000 races of Formula 1. Sorry, 1001.
Things a tiny little.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Alright, thanks boys.
Where's the Turk?
Well, Zen.
Yeah, mate.
How did you do it? 30 seconds. That's a huge lead.
It was those first 2 stints. Actually, Jeff came in, told me to go on an alternate strategy. And when I checked, he was right. There was a big gap. I fell into it. I went on the ultras instead of going on the. I was going to save the ultras for the last thing, but because they changed the strategy and I knew how big the undercut was, I just hammered it, you know, on both those stins, and then went conservative on the last stint on the super soft. So once I knew I'd done my pit and I caught up with the main pack, the job was done.
Nice. Sound confident there.
It was that simple. I couldn't believe my luck, how I just landed in that free air. I had so much free air when I came out. I think I only had to pass 1 car in the S's, and that was Breeden, and he pretty much let me go, really. And after that, I was just in clean air for like literally as I was catching them, they were starting to peel off and pick. So yeah, without Yayo there, it was pretty easy.
Well, it was it was impressive, and then we had Epic up in second. You had a great run off the start line, I must say.
Yeah, man, I wasn't too sure going into the start of the race with the qualifying times, and I reckon it's kind of redemption from what happened in USA with those time penalties and Marcus. But once I noticed yellow flags behind me, I think about 3/4 of the way through the race, I looked back at the map and Mike was on wide, and then I just seen the gap massively grow. So I kind of just went into tire saving mode from there on out.
Yeah, did you struggle with fuel at the end? Because I know a few people actually ran out of fuel.
No, I think I had almost a whole lap of extra fuel, and I just turned it up on those last 2 laps.
No, we're gonna be happy with that.
Between me and Aussie.
Yeah, the Aussie, you were starting to. You were fourth for a fifth or whatever it was, and
yeah,
then
I started in 5th place.
And then Marcus had his spin, and then Aussie arrived on the scene, and he got the overtake done. That must have been a gift.
I didn't know what was going on there. I come into turn 1 and there was Marcus. I thought he had it coming together with a car or something, but there was no one. There was a couple of AIs around, wasn't there? Because people dropped out tonight. But
him and Mike Mike spun him. So
I came in to fit 2 laps after Marcus, so that was my theory, thinking that I'll have fresher tyres at the end, and I think his tyres were pretty shot with those 3-4 laps to go. So I was coming home strong, and I saw that. At one point there with 3 laps to go, I think Epic was like 7.5 seconds in front of me, and then I was catching him 2 seconds a lap, but I ran out of fuel. I don't know if you saw that or not, coming into the last point. So I snorted them. I said, oh no.
You weren't the only one to run out of fuel, so don't worry.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I cut it too fine there, but I was just telling the boys that's the first time Turkish flag has made it onto the Formula 1 podium in 1,000 races.
We heard it.
Yeah. So that one, I'll take it with me, that one.
So, anyone you'd like to thank? The Turkish people, the Turkish flag.
Oh, and it was Anzac Day just yesterday, so
it was.
It's quite fitting, I think. Get my first podium
on the beaches of Mexico.
So I took advantage of the couple of people that couldn't make the race today. So if Yayo was there, I'm sure my third would have probably been a 4th. But oh well, you take what's given to you.
So Zen, out of 10, how do you rate that race?
Oh look, I can't say that it was a perfect race, but I can't say it was a 10 because I never, especially in that last stint, I was in cruise control because once I knew the gap was done, it was done, and there was no pressure. There was no need to push other than at the start and probably the little bit on the middle stint. I was pushing quite a bit, but other than that, yeah. But, it was faultless, and I'll give that, and I'll take it. And we'll head off to Brazil, and I'm hoping Yayo will be back, and there'll be something to fight for.
Epic, would you change anything today if you had your chance again?
Well, I'm not entirely sure on that, but if I was to change anything, it probably would have been the tyre strategy.
Right.
Because I was desperately struggling for grip in those last few laps.
Yeah, we saw a few drivers down the field struggling. So yeah, were you struggling there on the last stint?
Yeah, that last stint, just trying to do 16 laps on the ultras just didn't end up working.
Awesome. Oh well, next time perhaps Brazil. It's not too far away. Aussie. I don't know what to say, but I think that was a good race from you. You must be happy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, like I said, that's my first podium. It's taken a while to get there, but yeah. I'm pretty happy with it. I stuffed up qualifying, but made up for it in the race.
Certainly did. Well, thanks for talking to me, guys. And a lot of guys out there watching will be thankful as well. You had a little chat. But we'll wait until Brazil. And good luck.
And thank you, Josh. Thank you for the stream, and thank you for doing this for us. So we'll see you next week.
It's all right.
Yep, thank you, Josh.
My pleasure.
All right, see you next week, my friend.
You definitely will. Well, that was everyone that was the Friday Night League. My name is Josh. Hopefully you enjoyed it. First time on Twitch this week, so hopefully everything went nice and smoothly. Thanks to everyone that's out there watching tonight. Swatter, Darkness, you guys are awesome. Cuba, I know you just caught us at the end, but that's okay. But what a race it was.
What
And
happened
we
to
had-
you, Marcus? Are you still there?
We had Craig.
No.
We had Craig as well, watching from Facebook, and anyone else that was watching that wasn't saying anything. Thanks for coming along. You guys will make it what it is. But until next Friday at 9:45 is when we expect to go live again. We'll have the Friday Night League then. Don't forget, I will have the Toyota Supra GT Cup tomorrow, a little bit earlier time, but I think it's about 4 or 5 o'clock. So stand by for that one. And then we might have some more stuff. Monday, we've got the SFR GT Challenge. And don't forget, if you want to get more Formula 1 in your life, we've got the Baku Grand Prix this weekend. But if you want to check out the Chinese Grand Prix podcast that me and Doc Dorsey do, it's on Podbean. Look, search for F1 Lights Out. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just search F1 Lights Out. You'll find us right there. But until next time, guys, my name's Josh. This is Demo and Garage. Race starting on the edge. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.